Beat my assistant for their mistake, something like that. Ow. Ow. All right. So this was a build-around submission. The build-around request was play Golos, the Tireless Pilgrim, and Kenrith in the same deck. So we've got what has a food core in here with the Oko, Gilded Goose, Wicked Wolf. We've also got a couple Field of the Dead and 4 Fabled Passages, a couple basics of each type. We've got Beanstalk Giants to help us ramp up a little bit too. We've got some Once Upon a Times tying the room together. I had blue and white mana in my deck, so I decided to throw a couple of Teferi Time Ravelers in here. So we've got a bunch of constructed playable cards. Let's dive on into some matches and see how they go. Golos, Kenrith. MTG bot is so slow it might as well be non-functional. The person who maintains it hasn't responded to my messages since Monday when it lost all of our commands and our quotes. So this weekend when I take some time off from being live, I'm going to replace it with a different bot. Definitely very sick of that not working or being so slow it might as well not be working. I don't know. I have no idea. The person who's capable of recovering them is not responding to messages. So, unfortunate. No, I haven't done any research yet, Desby. If I need to do some looking around. I might also just write something, because I don't think there's another bot that supports doing MTG card lookups, but writing one to do that should be fairly trivial in Python. I wrote a couple IRC bots back in the day, believe it or not, and Twitch bots are just IRC bots. With some extra bells and whistles. Is it safe to assume that any green deck in the queue for Modern is a Once Upon a Time build? Yeah, definitely, Draven. Like the Saheeli and then Vanafear decks that are at the top of Modern after today are both going to have Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I'm excited to see too, Draven. Looks like the opponent is also playing a Golos deck. Kenrith randomly giving our zombies haste actually seems kind of sweet. Seems like a way we could potentially steal a game in the mirror.
Let's try this.
So we get to make a food at end of turn and then go swamp Kenrith next turn. Nah, probably not, Jin. You probably just always run it for free. Just because, you could be finding a 2-drop or another 1-drop to play with it, is what it comes down to. I think streamers have full access to their chat logs. That's probably something I could find, I bet. Access to a chat log. We've played a couple of really sweet Kenrith decks. We had a Kenrith deck that was very reasonable, and then a Kenrith and a Vanifear pod deck that had Kenrith in the top end. Are we the baddies? I mean, we put Kenrith in our deck, so maybe not. I don't know. I don't know where we fall on that exactly. Do I want to draw a card with this? I'm not sure. They're going to start making zombies next turn, so I think the answer is no.
I've got it.
Oh, this is a buy a box promo? Yeah, I think this card's constructed playable. I don't know what shell it goes into, but I definitely think this card's standard playable. Definitely Krasis, right?
This isn't a fight you can win. I'll protect you.
That's like not a big deal though. I get to play a land, make a 2/2, and then I can play Kenrith, give everything haste by paying red. Why'd they shock that in? Weird. Oh, I just clicked on the wrong one. That's fine. That's probably fine. Their Planeswalker's not really a big deal, right? I'm just gonna grab a second field here. I think that actually ends up being fine. I'm just gonna keep plussing this, I think.
Here we go.
Because like the threat of activating this next turn is really strong. They suck, but have you played any of the Cavalier Fires decks? The Martin Yuza Cavalier Fires deck seems really neat. We did not win a game in Modern this morning.
Might be a bad idea.
The deck was not a good look. I think I'm actually going to take an extra land here.
I'm certain you're quite charmed to meet me.
Have a thing.
Into my face and put on
Kill this. Play a Grazer. Put this into play. Castle Vantress out. I'm tuning in to express that food for thought joke was awful and you should be ashamed. It reminded me once again why I love you and your content. Thanks for keeping me around. Match 1, game 1. Wonder how many matches we're gonna get to, because these seem like they're about to be a slog. I always play at least 2, but usually I only play decks for like 90 minutes or so. And there's a good chance that 2 matches with this deck could be 90 minutes. Is our minimum amount / time? My guarantee is I play 2 matches with the deck.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Is my general guarantee.
Let's slow this down.
Kenrith does give trample and haste. That he does. Are they gonna bounce Golos here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can't quite play and activate this in the same turn yet. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Is Foulmire Knight in the sideboard of your Grixis Alliance deck for aggro? Yeah, aggro and like green creature decks. I only have 2 Field of the Deads in this deck, which might be a mistake for this mirror. Maybe I should have played like 28, 29 lands and just played the full 4. We've not played the Esper deck yet on stream. Actually, I had someone remind me today that I missed the donation for it, so it'll probably be up tomorrow. Yeah, I saw the Aristocrats deck. Honk the Goose. Let's have this. Bounce one of these. Should they have waited until they could play and activate Golos? I don't know. It depends on the context of their hand. I mean, like, there's a very real chance that they, like, have another Golos in their hand, right? And they just want to ramp up. LQ. Play this other Oko out. LQ. Play this land. I think I'm just casting this on the front half for free. I don't think I want to ramp this turn. I can play Kenrith off this Gilded Goose, huh? That's something I'm interested in? I feel like that's something I'm interested in. Did my dono get put on a henge deck? I don't see it in the queue. Did you make another donation yesterday, Greenside? Because we played a henge deck yesterday. So you donated for a henge deck. It probably got played yesterday. You donated for a green black, right? The standard queue's been moving pretty quickly, so I did miss an Esper deck, but I believe that's the only one I missed. Yes, if I steal their Golos, I would have to sack one. That was the build around request, Pasta. And someone requests that I build a Golos Kenrith deck. Hey, thanks for the sub gifties, Watercat. I appreciate that. Welcome. If Kenrith lives, do we just kill our opponent? I don't think so. He doesn't Anthem your team. He only puts a 1/1 counter on something. Thanks for the sub gifties, Watercat. Be sure to let me know if there's something you'd like to bump in the queue with that or add to it. I appreciate the support. Oh, trample on giants. Oh yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, because next turn I can jam this and then smash, yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. Like, I'm like, do this, drop a land, give haste and trample. For the blue-black mill, sounds good, Watercat. I mean, Oko's Broko, and he should probably be in all of your blue-green decks. Just saying. Just saying. Oko's Broko. Alright, so I don't update the deck queue while I'm streaming, Pasta. So I have a notepad that I keep open, and they'll all get tabulated and added at the end of the stream today, which isn't going to be for a while because I'm planning to do 12 hours today. That is all a very manual process. Alright, so if I do this, that makes 2 zombies, and then I don't want to tap my red source scheme, Because Kenrith is giving haste and trample. So then this is 12. And then... So they're at 16 plus 12 times 2 is 24. So that's 40, 43. And I'm attacking for... This is 12 is 24, 40, 43. And I'm attacking for 24, 44... Yeah, they're dead, right? I can even make a food. I can make a food with this, and I can bounce. So I bounce this, and then I get to Hydroid Krasis. As a 3/3 as well. And then we do this. All creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn. I'm pretty confident this is lethal. Pretty confident that's lethal. They are also appear confident that that is lethal. Questing Beast in, Deputy of Detention in. Man, maybe there should be 4 Beanstalk Giants in here, huh? I didn't think about the aspect of Kenrith giving this trample, and that seems pretty busted, huh? This is probably a Wicked Wolf out matchup, right? They don't have a lot of things that this kills meaningfully. What do I want to trim for the last couple? Maybe just a couple Once Upon a Time. This card's kind of filler. Echoplex, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Do I want Disdainful Stroke in this matchup? I guess they have a bunch of 3-mana Teferi, so probably not. Although Questing Beast does a good job of killing that. It's possible I want some strokes here. You want me to cut Arboreal and just like not try an arms race? I don't know. Getting things down sooner seems really appealing. And their deck has more ramp in it than mine, so I feel like I'm supposed to keep Grazer in. Like, my deck doesn't have that much actual land ramp in it. Bum ba dum ba dum ba da 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 da. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum. The draw for this one. So I want an extra Field of the Dead, and I want an extra Beanstalk Giant, I think. After feeling how those games just played out. Seems not unreasonable. Yes, Alcohol. Decided to use it as a payoff along with Golos. Get the 5 color friends together. This seems too slow. I'll mulligan this one, I think. This is fine. We'll bottom the swamp. The only thing the swamp and the mountain are there for are lands to activate Golos and Kenrith. Yeah, if we're lucky enough to rip an untapped green source on one, we get to turn 2 Oko. Worst case, we turn 3 Oko like some kind of peasant. Thank goodness we're not some kind of peasant, chat. I was worried there for a split second. Was concerned that we weren't gonna get there like the professional that we are. All your cares are gone. I just didn't feel like the pyromancers were solving a problem that I had. I felt like the games I was winning with the pyromancers, I was going to win regardless.
I know it's my responsibility. I've got time.
I invite you to change your ways.
Pyromancer is a card that felt really good, but doesn't help you not die initially, and I want a more cheap interaction. Yeah, the goose is out here making sure messages get delivered. It's the real hero we all need.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Read. I'm gonna draw a card to start.
Let's try this.
Did not hit an untapped land, unfortunately. So I think my plan is to make a food and then Krasis for just 2 here. Because next turn I can Broco. Next turn I can Broco plus on this and make it a 5, which is sweet. It strips the flying and trample and it makes the base creature a 3/3 with 2/1 counters on it, which is plenty good. I can also, playing this out early also doesn't really matter, because I can, playing this out early doesn't really matter, because I can bounce it with 3 mana Teferi later. And this is great. We're going to play Arboreal Grazer probably, and then swap it. Or do I activate Goose and then swap it? Because if I activate Goose and then swap them the activated Goose, it'll be tapped, and then they can't block to protect their Teferi, right? Yeah, both Oko and Kenrith seem really good in this mirror match, huh? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I would like this.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's true. I could just attack and then swap it. Because this is flying. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I guess maybe that's better. Why give him the goose and not the food token? Oh, yeah, that's good too. I'm dumb. Well, I guess that's not strictly true. The reason to give the goose here is because Teferi can put the goose back in my hand next turn. So like I can just like use Teferi, pick the goose back up. Like Oko Time Raveler is kind of a rude swap the things, take my thing back. It's like I'm taking my ball and going home, but I'm keeping your toy too. Now the ultimate go over the top deck is a strong aggro opener. Yep. Yep. Now we're almost activating field but notably, we don't currently have colors to use this Golos yet. It's a little unfortunate, although the Beanstalk Giant goes a long way towards changing that. So I get to go ahead and do this and go search up my red source. And then the goose actually makes a black source for next turn, right? So next turn I can activate my friend Golos.
Stand by and watch. Trust me, I have a plan.
Like I said, I think there's gonna be a lot of these mirrors, and figuring out how to break this mirror open, there's gonna be value in figuring that out. Yep. I would like to take credit as being an incredible innovator. I took the best blue-green card in the set and I added it to the 5-color deck capable of playing all of the colors. I would appreciate if everybody could awe at my incredible Magic the Gathering skills. Hey, look, they took their Golos back. But what if I just can I borrow that? I wasn't done with that one. Can I borrow it again? I wasn't done with that. Here, look, no, you can have the Grazer. I'm gonna take the Golos. I swear it's an even trade.
Fairness. What a bizarre expectation.
Fairness, what a bizarre expectation. I love you, Oko. I love you, Broko. Ooh, what is your quest? I seek the face. The face is the place I seek. Oh, I also put Questing Beast in my deck.
Don't worry.
Please bow in awe and wonder as I figured out I should put the good cards in my deck. I am truly an innovator among innovators. I have put all of the good cards in my deck. I'm like half joking to a degree, but the MPL list didn't play Oko or Questing Beast, right? Or am I misremembering? I'm gonna go back and look now. I feel like they weren't playing Questing Beast, but I could be misremembering. Sir, face check. Thanks for the 4 months of Prime support. Welcome back. Golos. The two people who submitted this archetype for the MPL weren't playing Oko and weren't playing Questing Beast. So I truly am the master innovator. I cracked the code, chat. I put the busted cards in my deck. That being said, this current deck list is wrong. It needs at least a third Field of the Dead. We're gonna add a third Field of the Dead to this deck here in a second, but second field? Yeah, I think it's just second field, because I'm just activating Golos, right? I don't really need the Hydroid Krasis at the moment. Yeah, I just like play a bunch of the good cards. Alright, Golos. All right, Golos. I need you to cut that out. It's not okay.
I'll shear the wool from your eyes and spin you clarity. Your new look is enchanting.
They actually have catching early morning. YouTube guy finally catching one live. No, this is about the normal time I'm live. Doale, welcome to a live one. I had live about 7 a.m. every day. It's currently 8:30 where I live. They do have a grip full of cards over there. So notably, I stripped the flying and trample off this Hydroid Krasis. For those wondering why I elked their Krasis, I stripped the flying and trample off of it. Truly a quest for the faces, noble and true. Thanks for the laugh. It really is. Thanks for the biddies. Happy Wednesday. So yeah, I think we're at a bit of a disadvantage at the moment here because I only put 2 fields in my deck because I'm an idiot. But I should definitely get more fields in this deck. These are all just going at my face. Deal. Here's a little interface trick. If you click on all of these and then click on the 8 here, it blocks them 1-to-1. So real easy. Real easy there. If you've never done that before, a lot of people are going to comment on this YouTube video that they've never seen that before. It would be good if the client lets you know that you can do things like that, but I'm here to share. Yeah, I wouldn't have made it out. I wouldn't have made it out of playing Yarok Field with my sanity last season if you couldn't do that. It was uneven Garden Variety Troll. If you watch what actually happened there, two zombies went unblocked. So it makes 1-to-1 blocks with as many as possible. Okay, we could die here. We are almost out of gas because I don't have extra fields. Yep. So this is going to be 6 zomboys for the opponent here. Kenny and the Beanstalk Giant are a tale as old as time. We currently have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana, so can't do both of them at the same turn. Is this on 3? This is on 3 though, so I get to exile. I get to take care of 1 zombie and draw a card here, so that's nice. Nothing but net. Nothing but net.
Gaze into my eyes. Put on
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Dunk, dunk, dunk. Yeah, we can bounce Deputy next turn and replay it. And we can play a Beanstalk with haste next turn if they don't kill Kenrith. If they don't have another sweeper here, they're in a lot of trouble. They need a sweeper or a spot removal. They're flailing, chat. They're flailing. This is good. If they had a sweeper, they wouldn't have let on this. Yeah, haste and trample, yep. Do we care about any of Kenrith's other abilities? Yeah, some of his other abilities are sweet. Like picking questing beasts back up out of the graveyard if we have a black source is like pretty dope. Machine Leg, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. We're gonna make a couple changes to the details after this. Like, I'm pretty sure I want 4 of this card, considering this gives a trample. I wasn't thinking about that. Pretty sure I need at least a 3rd Field of the Dead, maybe a 4th. Might want a 3rd copy of this in the 75. They're currently dead on board. Because Teferi bounces Deputy, exiles their zombies, and we attack. So they're currently dead on board. Oh, they're not dead on board because they can make zombies at instant speed. They're not dead on board because they can make zombies at instant speed. These are 6 friends at instant speed. 8 friends at instant speed. They did just give us another Golos. I don't currently have black mana though, right? Hey, can we swap these? Nah, I changed my mind. I don't actually want to trade him. I changed my mind. Can I have that back? Thanks. Sorry, I know, like you were saying no takesy backsies, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep it.
That's more like it.
So the problem here, chat, is these are a bunch of zombies at instant speed. That's the issue. The issue is that they have a bunch of zombies at instant speed. And I needed to draw an untapped land there. If I'd have hit a land there, we would have made zombies of our own and played Beanstalk Giant and hasted it. But as is, we can't do that, right? No, they have 4 fields at the moment. Yeah, if I'd have hit a land here, an untapped land, we would have like run them down real hard. This is all my mana, yeah. They have Fabled Passages, chat, and they have Field of the Deads. I think I just wanna play this other Golos out. And grab my swamp. Oh, yeah, that's a good call. Getting Passage is strictly better there, right? Because it's, Man, are we gonna die now? That's unfortunate. Man. Yeah, I messed this up. Alright, well. So they're gonna have 12 zomboys I'm going to be able to block 4, 5 of them, so doing 7. I don't believe I'm dead on board. Oh, fuck me. I didn't see it lighting that one up. I was like, this is fine because I can make a thing too. That's really annoying. I looked too because I wanted to activate this. I didn't see it lighting up. Yeah, usually it's like very against tapping the castles too.
This might be a bad idea.
I invite you to change your ways.
Nah, usually it doesn't care if you have mana to activate, it just stays away from the castle. They have 8 minutes, I have 14 minutes. Are we out of basics? No, not even close. I have 3 forests, 2 plains, and an island. Or 3 forests, 2 plains, and an island left. Yeah, so I have giant to giant, and then I have 5 blockers for 5 of theirs, which means I'm getting hit by 7, so I'm going to 2 currently. And if they do that, I kill them on the backswing, I think, so they don't want that to happen. Should we have Time Wipe in our deck? Maybe? I don't know. I think Deputy's fine. I was thinking, like, if I want a sweeper, Realm-Cloaked Giant's probably better than Time Wipe. I can pick it back up. It also doesn't kill my Beanstalk Giant. So again, for people that missed it earlier, here's the bulk blocking. You select all of your units, and then you click on the number here. So I'm going to click on this 12, and then it's going to auto-block 1-to-1 my 5 creatures to 5 of their zombies. So it blocks 1-to-1 as many as it can, and then the rest go unblocked. For people who missed that earlier. I'm down a 1-1 here because I tapped wrong, though. I should have a 1-1. Kenrith should be lethal because he gives the Beanstalk Giant trample. Deputy of Detention is probably the game as well. Land means we're dead, right? So I can make 2 blockers plus a 3rd. I gain 3 up to 5. I block here. I have 4 blockers. I take 14. It was a close game. I think I punted when I played into the second Realm-Cloaked Giant that one turn. I think that was definitely a mistake. Think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. Let's run it back. I want to make some changes to the deck as a whole, but I think this current configuration is the best with the list that we have. We'd be a lot better off here if I had a 3rd field to get. Like, only having 2 fields to their 4 is putting us pretty far behind. They have a bunch of Teferis in their deck, so I don't think I want the Strokes, because I can't always take their Teferi off the table. We could potentially... I should have made them attack me. I should have made them attack me so we could time them out. Sideboarding does not count against your game clock, which is one of the many reasons why the game clock on Magic Arena is way too long. You get more time to play a game on a match on Magic Arena than you do in paper, and Magic Arena is way faster than paper. It's Lethal. Thanks for the 20 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I would expect a lot of these mirrors and pseudo mirrors to exist in this format. Is 4 field too many? Probably not. Awesome, Saucinator. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for the tip, Bleeder. Where's my dashboard? New here. Was wondering how long it takes for submitted decks to be reviewed. Submitted decks get responded to at the end of every day. So after I sign off streaming, one of my post-stream wrap-up processes is responding to decks in the deck queue. So if you submitted a deck before 5 o'clock yesterday and you haven't seen a response yet, check your spam folder. My opponent has sub 10 minutes. I have like 15 minutes because I play quickly. Sure. They have 6 minutes. I have 13 minutes. Sounds pretty good. Grazer into Beanstalk. Something I should probably plug these more, but I'm wearing one of my Hoaglandia shirts with the Jester on it, and some of them have message deleted on the back of them. They're quite good. You can find those in the Streamlabs store or the merch link on my website if you haven't seen those before. I think you're right, Percy. Man, I'm gonna have to fire my assistant. Did my opponent get disconnected? Or did they just, like, walk away? It's like, took 2 minutes figuring out how to sideboard there when they only had 6 minutes to start this game. Maybe they had just, like, started this game hoping to play a quick one before going to do something else, not realizing they were about to play a 50-minute Golos mirror. Have we witnessed? I have beaten someone by timing them out on Arena one time previously. Yeah, they could have crashed. Crashing is definitely a possibility. So remember, the core of this deck is Bant. There's one swamp and one mountain for the purposes of activating Golos and Kenrith. But Mom, I'm in a 50-minute Golos mirror. So hopefully we draw a tapped land next turn so we can go tapped land. Or we could just draw Kenrith. Yup. Alright, go. I guess playing this is bad. Nah, this was bad. Playing this is bad into Teferi. There's gonna, like, Teferi bounce my thing here and I'm gonna be sad. I have Questing Beast to, like, finish off Teferi, but this was still loose. I'm gonna move this F2K logo temporarily to the bottom of chat, so that way you can see my opponent's timer. So I'll put this back in a second, but you can see they currently have 4 minutes, which we might kill them before that's relevant with the old Questing Beast. The old turn 3, 5/5, turn 4 attack you for 9. They just shocked that in, so they're dead if they cast Circuitous Route here. So I think I just shocked this in and then Krasis for 4 here. If they have a sweeper, it's kind of annoying, but I get to draw 2 cards. I have a follow-up questing beast anyways. Yeah, Mountain. Was Mountain lethal? Yeah, Mountain was lethal because I can give +1/+1 counters, right? Actually, I guess I should... Actually, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to dole out 1/1 counters, right? Because I just want the follow-up questing beast to be lethal if they sweep the board. Yeah, this is the much better play. This way, if they cast Wrath, I untap and kill them with questing beast. It really makes me like, I could see not playing Oko in your Golos field deck, but I feel like not having questing beasts in the sideboard of your field deck seems like such a huge mistake. Seems like such a huge mistake. That game ultimately did not come down to time. Ooh. Alright, so what do I like and what do I don't like? I want another Field of the Dead. I think 3 fields is probably plenty. I feel like with Beanstalk and Kenrith and Questing Beast, that's probably plenty. I feel like I want another Teferi, although maybe I want it in the sideboard and not in the main deck. I feel like I want the 4th Beanstalk Giant. A real question on my mind, though, is I only have 8 basics, so like, is 8 basics enough with 4 Beanstalks? It probably is. If I have all 8 basics out, I can just cast Beanstalk, right? Yeah, I boarded out the Big Bad Wolves in that mirror match, because Big Bad Wolves not very good against other Golos decks, but it's good in general. And then what if I just trim around the edges here? I go like 1 Wolf, 1 Krasis, 1 once out. Although keeping all the onces is probably good to find these cards consistently. What if I do that? I think that seems fine. Yeah, Wicked Wolf is very good respect for the aggro decks. I like Wicked Wolf. I think that looks pretty clean, huh? I like it. I mean, I haven't seen anybody else playing the Golos deck with the food package in it, right? I guess I haven't looked that hard. This is my deck. I built it myself. I get all the credit. Give me credit. Seems fine. I own all the rights. Everybody owes me a quarter when they play it. That's how that works, right? Something like that. Trademark the phrase Golos Kenrith, yeah. If they bolt the bird here and we brick on a land, we could be in trouble, but like, I just added a 28th land to my deck, right? So let's just like draw a 3rd land, please. Please, Magic. Please. Perfect. Never didn't have it. Get to Beanstalk Giant for our 2nd forest. Although I might just be like Wicked Wolf eating their goose next turn. Assuming they don't Wicked Wolf eat my goose here. Gobble, gobble. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf. They're afraid of the big bad wolf. Main deck Shifting Ceratops. Yep. It's a thing.
I found something for you to do.
Oh no! They're not afraid of the big bad wolf. They stole the big bad wolf, chat. Where'd my come back, Wolfie? I miss you, Wolfie. Are we dead? Feeling a little bit dead. I guess I had these Beanstalk Giants. I'm still at 21. They're not super aggressive. They get to crack me for 8 tier.
It's not poison. Trust me.
Next turn, I can play the Wicked Wolf out and fight their Shifting Ceratops. Alright, well now we might be in trouble. Because they get to haste this up and then crack us for infinite. I think we're dead now. Haste creatures are busted, chat. Yeah, it was a rough die roll to lose. Yeah, my wolf has to tap to do that. So, tapping to fight doesn't seem very good. Is it crazy to click submit here? I feel like our deck's pretty well suited to battle what they're doing. They just had like a really aggressive draw and we were on the draw. I think I'm just gonna run it back here. Haste is definitely solidly a green mechanic at this point. Solidly a green mechanic. If we had been playing a more traditional Golos deck and had 5 mana sweepers, they'd have been dumpstered by a 5 mana sweeper there. Unfortunately, we were not, though. Yep. You say haste is an evergreen mechanic, but dump. Alright, so if this finds an untapped green source, we get to Grazer into Growth Chamber, into Guildgate, into Beanstalk Giant next turn. Which is sweet. You want Deputy on the draw? I don't know if that's true. Deputy doesn't exile. Deputy gets eaten by their big bad wolves, and it gets exile. It doesn't exile Ceratops, so it seems kind of medium. Perfect. Once is so good. There are also a number of MPL lists that are playing like 1 and 2 copies of Once. I don't get it. So this, I have green. Green's the only double color I need. So if I do this and then I do Beanstalk Giant, huh? So do I get mountains so I have all 5 colors, or do I get forest so I could just play the goose out? Well, I guess I can fetch. No, I want to fetch plains with this next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna get forest and play the goose out. Once Upon a Time is a card that's subtly very powerful because it's a card that just increases the consistency of your decks by a good deal. Alright, so do I want to haste this? I don't think I want to haste. I think I'm just going to pass here. Because next turn I can use this food to cast the Beanstalk Giant. Yeah, we could have played a 6-drop on turn 3. Yeah, if they have Oko here, we're definitely a little bit behind the 8 ball, right? I might also, if they don't kill this, just like draw cards next turn. Just because I'm kind of running on empty at the moment. And like just this almost certainly isn't enough to close the game out. That's true. If you're incredibly lucky, you don't need the fixing that that once provides. Huh. That was their best play there. Bodes well for us. Is it crazy to just draw a card? Or am I supposed to do this so I can block this? If they couldn't kill this last turn, I'm gonna draw a card. Am I? I think I want to deploy the bean. Let's deploy the bean. I could see going either way on this. Yeah, if they attack into this, I can trade the bean for the questing beast, and then Kenrith can just bring Beanstalk Giant back. The downside is, like, if I do this and they kill Kenrith, I've not generated any value out of him, and I'm kind of on empty. So, like, I feel incentivized to get as much value as possible out of my cards, but I also have to balance that with just not dying. Yeah, so, like, this feels really bad, right? Like, now I just have to hope to peel something. That is not that. Woof. Probably dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna make food now before I forget. Someone said earlier they thought my opponent might be playing Henge. I think that's not likely with the Nissa. I think it could have been possible with the stuff we saw game 1, but I think Nissa makes that incredibly unlikely. Okay, take one more draw step here before we pack it in. Yup. And like I've said, these Golos decks make traditional control pretty unplayable, but I really do think Questing Beast was the card these green mid-range decks were missing to be competitive against decks like what we're playing. Playing the various Questing Beast decks have felt very reasonable against these field decks, whereas last season they didn't have the tools. You can play Historic on Arena right now. The best of 1 queue, if you join with a Historic legal deck, will try and pair you against another Historic player, if there's someone waiting to play. This is a lot of power every turn. Even if we like hitting Golos at this point, we're probably too far gone, right? They got QB ready to barrel down our throat too. It's good games. That was a little quicker than the first one. I mean, Garrick's just a kind of playable 6-mana card, right? Like, in order for a card to be kind of playable at 6 mana, it has to do a lot. Like, if you look historically at the cards that have seen some amount of constructed play, like, if they hit the board and resolve and stick around, they do a lot. That's just like the expectation with a card that costs that much mana. Hey, morning Taco Pizza. Yeah, always here. We've been up for 2 hours already. Alrighty. Again, we're going to wait to play this once upon a time until we come back to our turn, so we can have the most information available. So, like, if we find another land here now, which is pretty likely, well, only one, but one was all we needed, thankfully. So, we get to do this, drop Guildgate, drop Hallowed Fountain. Fire's Invention with Bow does seem sweet. It gets around not being able to play stuff on their turn, which is nice. I agree. The fire bows deck, the bow fires deck coming up is exciting. Oh, I tapped wrong. That's really unfortunate. So I wanted to not get a green source here, but I also need to cast Once Upon a Time, so now we're committed to getting a forest. And ideally, we want to diversify our land names, so we do have Field of the Dead in our deck. It's actually a pretty big mistake. So I should have tapped this and these, and then I could have gotten any other basic here.
Oh dear.
That's not particularly scary. Yeah, Broco's got dad jokes for days. I'm just taking lands at this point. So that gets rid of this down tick, draws a card, and undoes 2 of Broco's activations, basically, so that's nice. If we draw an untapped land next turn, we get to play this and draw 3, which is nice. I got a chance to watch the Neobrand video, it's hilarious, yeah. Yeah, that deck hopefully will not be legal for long. It's real messed up. It's nice that Hydroid Krasis is really good against Oko, at least. We got that going for us here. That was not the untapped land I wanted. I suppose I could do this for an untapped land, and then still play this as a 4/4 and draw the same number of cards. So that's nice. I could also just get Golos here. Golos doesn't really do anything, though, right? It just, like, gets a land and then gets Oko'd. I'm going to go ahead and grab a mountain here with this one. Just, again, trying to diversify the number of different land names I have in play. I guess I get island, too, for that purpose. Now, I'm going to get mountains. That way, if we draw Kenrith, we can randomly haste him. Oh, yeah, they wouldn't even... They would just steal him. Yeah, that's true. It's not a good look. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 differently named things. So the Field of the Dead is going to be active next turn, which is nice. We have 6 differently named lands, 8 mana total. How's this deck been doing? Okay. We dumpstered a mirror to start, but we've been getting a little bit beat up since. We're 1-1 now. This game could probably go either way. I have no idea, Caboose Man. Each deck gets played for somewhere between 60 minutes to 2 hours, so do the math. I think I want to just eat their goose here. So that way, if we eat the goose, we can eventually deal with Oko. And dealing with Oko ends their food supply. A goose of our own here is actually a pretty good pickup. Because it lets us push this to 4 power. So it's safe from Oko stealing him. I am a vegetarian, but the Wicked Wolf is not. The Wicked Wolf is like Goose's peak Wicked Wolf diet. Why does their Planeswalk, why does their 3-drop have 11 loyalty? Why? It might go down to 6 this turn and take our goose. It's a very real possibility. What other goodies do you have left? Yep.
Fairness. What a bizarre expectation.
Yup. Does Oko check power and resolution for -5? On both, yeah. It checks when it goes in the stack and when it resolves. Yeah, it might just be that we have to have time wipes and sweepers to be competitive. And there's a reason why the other Golos builds are playing those cards, right? Like our Kenriths and our Kenriths and Okos seem really good in the Golos mirror, but against these other decks that people are playing, these more mid-rangey decks, not having a 5-mana sweeper feels real bad. So I currently have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So we're still 2 off of playing and activating Golos in the same turn, so it's not a good scene. Yeah, maybe the Wicked Wolves are just too cute, and I'd rather just have Realm-Cloaked Giants in those slots. The problem isn't Golos dying, Tom. The problem is Golos getting taken. That's the issue with Golos. They're getting turned into a thing. Couldn't I block plus double pump? Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Are you saying to trade Hydroid Krasis? Maybe. I don't know that I'm ready to give up my Hydroid Krasis just yet. Yeah, Wicked Wolf could be a bit too fair. I could see that. Just replace him with the four sweepers. If there's another Troll King, yeah, probably. Just done for. a sweeper here. I'm actually just going to go ahead and concede this match. And I'm going to make that change and we'll play one more. I don't feel like attempting to play this match without sweepers in my deck. We have time for like one more match with us anyways, because these games are going long, and I think I'd rather have. That seems pretty reasonable. Again, for people that are suggesting we add like a dozen cards to the deck, I'd recommend providing reasoning for why we should add those cards. I'd like justification for what I should take out and why I should take them out. We're literally playing a 5-color deck that can play 7 mana cards, so like the list of like what you can play and what is considered playable is long. Yeah, it doesn't kill the Beanstalks either, which is very important. Sure. Technically missing one of our colors, but that's fine. So like Rhino Garth, again, just like problem solution based, and we make smart changes. I said the mirror feels good, and these other matches felt bad, and you're trying to suggest we make changes to make the mirror better. And that's kind of silly, right? Like, I'm talking about things that felt hard and how we could fix them, and you're focusing on things that I said felt good. So, like, generally speaking, trying to take your good matchups and dunk on them more is not the way you want to approach deck building, in my experience. Obnoxious Planeswalkers, dealer's choice. I think Time Warp is much worse than the Giant Sweeper. Time Wipe is much worse than the Giant Sweeper because the Giant Sweeper, what's the word that I'm searching for? The Giant Sweeper can be found off of Once Upon a Time, of which I have 4 copies. So I get that people want to like win super hard and win even more by like going even further over the top, but I think like playing a sweeper that I can find with my four impulses is ideal. They walked back that change in Eclectic. They backpedaled on double cost historic. Yep. And our reward for them walking back that change is historic's only going to be supported very little. We're only going to get ranked historic once every 3 months. So thanks, Reddit. You did it.
Don't worry, I got this.
Looking for land here, basically, right? That was what the monkey paw rolled and dealt. I am planning to do historic content starting at the end of the month. Kenrith felt really good in the Golos mirror, Roxor. Trying to figure out these other mid-range matchups, though. We are running long today, so I'm planning to do 12 hours today. So I assume this is about to die. Would love to draw another one so we could haste and kill this. 12 hours isn't really a big deal. We did. We did 15 hours on Saturday.
I'm making this up as I go.
Oh, Oko. Oh, I'm so dumb. Wow, I'm dumb. All right, so that's gonna lose us the game. That is super gonna cost me the game.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before. Trust me, you'll thank me later.
Never punish. We're gonna get super punished for that mistake.
Open your heart to the magic
That mistake's a huge deal.
one bite, and all your cares are gone.
It's gonna cost us a lot of resources to deal with this nickel bolas. Savril, thanks for the 14 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We might still slog through here because they're playing Grixis and we're playing Golos Field, but Nickel Nickel Bolas does a lot at the moment. They could +2. Yeah, I was to say they could +2 and make a food, and then he doesn't die to my 3/3 next turn. It's a good line. Grixis Alliance was the deck of the day yesterday. So, do I want to bounce this and give them their thing back? I don't think so. Oh, I could double Oko and kill this, huh? I have to bounce this to do that, though? Is that worth it? That's probably worth it, huh? I think that's worth it.
Surely you see the humor here. I will invert the world to watch kings grovel and worms rule. Oh dear.
So, I'm worse off than I would be if I had made the good play. Let's go ahead and Beanstalk Giant here, because I can't scry anyways. Grab Swamp as my last missing color. Yep, we're gonna make a food. Like, they have to deal with my walkers, and they have to deal with my 6 power in play, and they have to deal with this Beanstalk Giant at some point. Do I want to upkeep? So I put a stop there. Do I want to upkeep Scry, or do I want to just, like, slam the Jolly Green Giant here? I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana total, so I can't do both. I assume we're going to see, like, Fires plus Murderous Rider my Oko here. Sure.
I am the master here.
All right, so Oko minus on what? Their zombie?
Let's try this.
Alright, so they're playing Grixis. So they can't Ritualist Soot this away, but if they hit Ritualist Soot, they can Soot plus Murderous Rider this, but then I get to kill her with the food next turn, because I get to -3 this, bounce it, and then use the food here. So I feel like we're in a good spot regardless of what they do next turn. Like, I feel like their best possible turn is still pretty decent for us. I guess they could Chandra 6, sweep the board. Yeah, just this is fine though, right? And then I assume they're gonna murder the Beanstalk Giant. And then they'll plus the Liliana. And then my turn is minus Teferi, bounce the zombie token, plus Oko, make a 3/3, hit the Liliana.
Good help is easy to find in war.
Now, I don't think I need an upkeep stop here. I think I'd like just to be able to cast whatever I draw, because I'm drawing 2 cards.
I'll protect you.
Even with Teferi gone here. Ooh, that's a good one. Even with Teferi gone here, my opponent can't play spells on my turn because of fires. That card's pretty medium. So I'm guaranteed to kill their Liliana here. This land's kind of fun with Oko because it just like pumps out stuff. I think I'm just playing a 7/7. Go. This is, playing the 7/7 is worse against second 6-mana Liliana. If they have a second 6-mana Liliana, they could play her down tick. Alright, triple Murderous Rider is a good way for them to potentially get back in here. Oh, wait. Oh, that's wrong. I have 2 basics left, right? I have 2 planes? Okay. Yeah, sweet. I was thinking I was out of basics to get for both of these, but that's not true. So I get to do this, and do this, and then I can still activate this turn. Yeah, Red Cavalier is a very, very good card with fires for sure. So if I scry at upkeep here, I still have enough to cast this Beanstalk Giant. It doesn't trample. And like if they have a removal spell, that seems less than ideal. Like I feel like the way this game is currently set up, I can grind them out. There's 3 Field of the Dead in my deck, Bob. I just haven't drawn one in 32 cards. We have 3 Golos in our deck too. We have a bunch of cards this control deck can never beat. If we could just find them. Well, I topped that very quickly. That's probably lethal, right? Or pretty close to it. Kenny is always lethal, maybe. Maybe. Figure it out. That was good. Alright, so Realm-Cloak out here. Arboreal Grazer out here. Stroke sounds great. Questing Beast sounds great. I'm really happy that the Busted Buy a Box promo rotated, so they printed another very strong one, right? Right? Hey, good afternoon, MB. Thanks to 11 months. I don't know if this is a Ceratops matchup. I kind of don't feel like I'm looking at anything in my deck right now that I want to cut for Ceratops. Maybe Goose, but I don't think any matchup is a Ceratops matchup. Fair. We didn't see any Cavaliers out of them, Sunshine. Yeah, it seems fine. Their deck's not particularly fast. I have all my colors. No thought erasure on 2. It really is like Christmas, chat. I think users should be playing Kenrith in his fire deck. More hasty stuff is good. I believe that. Legion War Boss is annoying. I think I just Beanstalk here, because then next turn I can Beanstalk again plus Time Raveler bounce something. Maybe this is taking too much damage though. It's probably taking too much damage. This is definitely how we lose this matchup. I boarded out my sweepers, chat. I guess we're supposed to leave the sweepers in. I guess we're supposed to leave the sweepers in. That makes sense, I guess. Really? They didn't take the Golos? That seems like a mistake, right? Because I'm going to get Golos, get a field, Fabled Passage field, make a bunch of 2/2s here. Oh, they never saw a field. You're right. We played through like half of the last game and didn't, like, they just never saw a field. Maybe they have a Disdainful Stroke and it doesn't matter. Nope. Man, they can't even kill Golos here? Now we're gonna get randomly burned out and it's gonna suck. So do I activate this? Or do I just play this other Golos? I can play this other Golos and get a second field. Is getting the second field guaranteed? Yeah, I think it's Golos Fabled Passage go, right? This gives me 6 blockers. If they have Legion's End here, we die. Alright, they hit their second black source, so if they have murder, they can murder Golos. But I have 8 blockers for 7 attackers, so... Yeah, there's a good chance here if they have Legions on their 75, it didn't come in here. That's all of them, right? Watch him kill us with, like, Embercleave here. Yeah, I think chat's right that it's probably fair to assume I have field in my deck. Like, they saw gain lands and Guildgates last game. They left Ritual of Soot in their deck. That's weird to me. Why would you leave Ritual in? If you're bringing in... And like, hey, look, here's Broko to make sure I don't, like, randomly get burned out.
To the magic that dances around you. One bite, and all your cares are gone.
They couldn't attack with both War Bosses, Hyder. One of them they just played. Should I go ahead and gain 3 here? I don't want to die by mistake. Morningdale in.
Welcome to the feast.
We're definitely feasting. Should keep red untapped in case of Kenrith. I can't keep red untapped. It costs red to activate. Nice Grixis deck. I like the idea of playing more colors to turn on field over mono tap lands. Yeah. Adding Oko to this deck also felt good, believe it or not, Bob. Believe it. So, takeaways. Where we started, we definitely want Realm-Cloaked Giants. Adding the food package to this archetype seemed very, very reasonable. Yeah, I put the busted card in my deck, and it ended up feeling good. Kenrith felt very, very reasonable in the mirror. Giving Beanstalk Giant's Trample and Haste too, honestly, is really big game. Randomly drawing cards and getting back your Golos is good. I like this core a lot. I think if you're looking to be just genuinely competitive, I think something like this is probably very reasonable. I also think not having Questing Beast in your 75 for the Golos deck's probably a big punt. This card's great in the mirror, and it's good against random Planeswalkers and control decks too. So I think you should definitely have some of these in your 75 if you're playing this archetype, but yeah, Broco's the truth, the light, and the word, Chad. He's very, very good. You should play him. All right, speaking of Broco, we have a few more decks featuring him coming up here today. What do we got? We got Blue-Green Stompy coming up next. Blue-Green Henge. I guess I should call it Henge. We've been classifying these decks as Henge decks. This is a Henge deck. Before